Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Starr here, guys, going over your VLA Orientation Day. If you happen to miss it, this is a link to help you out here and see what we went over and talked a little bit about here. All right, so let's take a look at what VLA is going to look like this year. All right, we'll kind of skip over that. Those are the things we'll hit on here. But if we take a look here, guys, the expectations for this year, class is you are part of a regular class. And so there are going to be hybrid A students, hybrid B students, and then you guys, the VLA students, are all in one class, as if we had a first hour class or a second hour class or a third hour class. And so you are going to be a part of that class. And you will all be doing the same things. Some of them will be doing it in person. Some of them will be doing it at home. You will be doing it at home. And so we are all together as one class still. All right. And it comes to lessons being posted. I'm going to post my lessons by the week. So I'll have a folder that has week 1, week 2, and then in each of the week folders, they'll have each day posted in there as well. So you are able to keep up and see what you need to see and work on what you need to work on. All right. As far as class time, they say it should be about 90 minutes or so each day. It might be, depending on how much time it takes you to work on some things, it may be less. All right, so it might not be a full 90 days every time or 90 minutes every time. But we will be completing multiple parts to a lesson. It's not just take notes or it's not just work on an activity. It might be watch a video clip, take some notes, watch a little video notes, whatever it may be. There's going to be multiple things going on each day. When it comes to participating, you guys specifically, this is really important. We need to make sure that you're keeping up on things. There are going to be daily attendance quizzes out there for you. So each day you'll have to click on the quiz. We'll talk more about that in a minute. You need to make sure that you're completing assignments, taking notes, watching video clips, the quizzes and the tests that come up. And then one of the big things is participating in Flex Fridays right here on Google Meets. All right, we'll talk more about that too. For communication, you can see where things kind of sit here. We will be communicating through Flex Friday with Google Meets, just like we are right now, or what we will be. And so you can look at the meeting times here. If you're in first hour, we'll be meeting at 9 a.m. If you're in third hour, we'll be meeting at 11 a.m. Each Flex Friday. If you need to get a hold of me as quick as possible, guys, email or messaging on Schoology works the best. And so I would take a look at those things. There's my email address there. But if you need to get a quick message to me or have a question, that's an easy way to do it. If you have a question you don't think you can have answered or asked over email or message, you can message me or email me and set up office hours. Every teacher is going to be available between 2:45 and 3:30 each school day. And so if you want an appointment and we can meet on Google Meets together and go over something or answer some questions, send me an email, send me a message, and we can set up a time, and I'll send you a link to a Google Meet at that time. I did mention daily quizzes for attendance. They want us to make sure that you are clicking on a question each day that kind of verifies that, yes, you were in class that day. And so you need to make sure you do that before 3 p.m. And so each day, for each daily folder, I will have an attendance question on there, and you just click on that right away. It'll take you 10 seconds, and then you'll move on to whatever assignment is for the day. I did mention Flex Friday. You are expected to video conference every Friday. That is a Flex Friday anyway. And so you guys, our first Flex Friday will be September 18th. And again, we'll meet at either 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock if you're in my first period or my third period class. You can see the schedule there, though. You may have advisory at 8:30 to 9 or some embedded health. And you can see the other schedules there for your different periods. This is going to be simple. It's going to take us 15 minutes or less for sure. We'll meet together. If you guys have questions or concerns or anything from the week of work that you've already done, and then I will preview what you're going to be working on the next week so that you can kind of get a heads up and know what you need to do and what needs to be done for the week upcoming. Here is our calendar for world history and where we're going to be starting. So it's kind of jumbled here in the first couple days. You don't even need to worry about anything above those lines that are on there. But this is what the actual class. So the first day we'll be working on, it looks like 3 different things. And again, we have a folder right in Schoology. You'll click on each day and you can get everything you need access to there. But that's kind of a basic outline of where we will be going and what we will be doing on those days. When it comes to world history itself, just a little bit about the class. World history will teach us about the history and the events that shape the people and culture of our world. It's kind of building on what you learned last year in human geography. Last year you learned about the people, you learned about the culture, but now you're going to learn about what shaped the culture of those people. All right, the different events that shaped those things. And so for trimester 1, we're going to start off with the beginning of civilization. We're going way back, and we'll talk about very, very early humans and kind of work our way into some of the earliest civilizations. Then we'll kind of bounce around and look at some of the other earliest civilizations around the world. So we'll look at ancient Asia with India and China. We'll look at the Greeks and the Romans in Europe. We'll take a look and bounce around from the Americas and to Africa, and then we'll wrap up with kind of what we call a world in transition, as things start to transition out of an ancient world and into a little bit more modern one at that time. All right. Try 2 and try 3 we have here too. We're looking at the Middle Ages, and we'll spend a lot of time in try 2 in Europe, kind of establish Europe, and then set up what happens in trimester 3 with the world wars and things like that. Okay. We're not going to go too in depth there. We'll get to that later on, obviously. A little bit about me. My name is Mr. Starr. This is my 15th year teaching at Park High School. Before that, when I was in high school and college, I worked at Target right here in Cottage Grove, actually. When I went to school, I studied at the University of Wisconsin River Falls for education and social studies. And then I got my master's at Hamline University. I graduated from Park High School in the year 2000. And I live in Cottage Grove still today with my family, who you can see there. You might know my wife if you went to Oltman. She teaches at Oltman. She teaches English. And you can see my daughters there as well. That was Twins home opener this year. Very bummed that we couldn't be there in person, but on the TV. And that's kind of our summer in a nutshell right there. It was a lot of picnics, a lot of hanging out outside and hanging out together with the family, and a lot of mask wearing when we were doing things as well. So I'm sure you have some interesting summer stories as well from this summer. Maybe you didn't do anything, but definitely a strange summer compared to normal. So there are a couple things, guys, I want you to do now before we go. And so if you haven't done this already, I want you to go into Notability and create a divider called World History A. And then inside that divider, I want you to do 5 subjects. And those subjects then are Unit 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so you have a place to keep things organized. You have a place to put things so we're not scattered all over the place with our work. When you're done with Notability, I want you to go into Schoology. And if you scroll down, it's just underneath the links and things in this video post. There's something on there that says Day 1 Survey. And it's just a basic survey. It's a couple questions like, what do you want to be called? Do you have anything you need to tell me specifically about you? Some goals and things like that. So it's just basic things that I'd like you to fill out so I know easiest way to contact you and things like that. All right. So keep in mind, guys, we're going to get through this together. We don't know what to expect because we've never done it this way. It's going to be different than it was in the spring, but we don't exactly know what it's going to be like. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, please let me know. All right, email me, message me, get a hold of me if you have those issues. All right, so be safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon.